Hello, guys and gals, and welcome. So today I wanted to go over the shrines with you guys, talk about the shrines and kind of like their usefulness. Some of them are self-explanatory, some of them not so much, and some of them you may not even know exist. Right off the bat, right at the top here, we have the Mana Recharge Shrine. Now, the Mana Recharge Shrine is going to give you a 400% recharge rate. 400% recharge rate is pretty massive, and quite honestly, it's a lot of recharge rate. The problem with it is that recharge rate is very finely tunedly linked to the amount of mana that you have as a character. So if you have a relatively small mana pool, it won't really do very much for you. But if you have a relatively large mana pool, that 400% mana recharge rate is going to be massive, and it's going to help you out a ton. It lasts for 96 seconds, which is roughly about a minute and a half, and it does recharge after 5 minutes, so you can come back and grab it again. The Armor Shrine will increase your defense by 100%. It has the same duration as the Mana Recharge Shrine. The Combat Shrine is actually just like massive. As a melee or range character, the Combat Shrine can literally like change the outcome of a battle like that. Like it not only does it give you 200% bonus to your attack rating, it also gives you a 200% bonus to your damage as well, which is massive. We also have the resistance shrines, and the resistance shrines resist fire, resist cold, and resist lightning. These can always come in super handy in clutch situations, like if you find that resist lightning shrine at the perfect time while you are, fighting a bunch of gloams and things like that. It can definitely be very, very handy. And it does last for 144 seconds, which is a lot longer than the 96 seconds for the other shrines, and it does recharge after 5 minutes. So we have resist fire, resist cold, resist lightning, and resist poison, all of which will help you out in a clutch situation versus those particular monsters. Um, we also have the plus skill shrine. So obviously, this one gives you +2 to all skill levels. This one is actually super amazing for characters that have buffs. So like if you're a paladin with holy shield, recast your holy shield. If you're a sorceress that's using energy shield, shiver armor, enchant, things like that, recast those once you have your +2 skills, because it's going to be even better. If you're a barbarian who's using shouts and war cries, recast your buffs, because those are going to be even better with this ability, and they will last longer, and for the duration of those skills, you get really, really good effect out of them. And of course, it can also help out characters just simply to utilize them. Like, for instance, as a necromancer, you can also use them to summon a couple more skeletons. But if you resummon all your skeletons while you are under the effect of the +2 skills, even after the 2 extra skeletons die from losing the +2 skills, your skeletons will remain that strength for the entirety of their lifespan until you leave the game or they die. So the skill shrine is actually one of those really amazing ones that can just be super duper useful. We also have the Stamina Shrine, which is actually super useful for the beginning of the game when you are constantly running out of stamina. In fact, I usually recommend people buy stamina potions in the beginning of Diablo 2 because the stamina issue is so bad. But every time you come across a Stamina Shrine, absolutely great. They last for 192 seconds, which is pretty exceedingly long for shrines, and definitely very great to find. We also have the Experience Shrine. The Experience Shrine is definitely very nice. It's 50% more experience points per kill. It lasts for 144 seconds, and it does not recharge. As you can see, it's a 0 on the recharge rate, which means that it never comes back. This actually does stack with the Enirhs Charm and the Ondal Staff. So, yes, you can stack all three. The refilling health and mana will just simply refill it, just like a rejuvenation potion. It doesn't actually refill it slowly, though, so sometimes it can be detrimental. Not entirely the best in terms of like healing you, because sometimes you're in a situation where your health is dropping really fast, and like a health or mana potion can definitely be better in those situations to give you like a gradual restore. These will just refill your life, and if you don't have very much life to begin with, you're just going to be back to dire straits as quickly as you clicked on the shrine. But definitely handy to have around. Usually you click on them whenever you get a chance. They do recharge after 2 minutes, which is pretty fast. We also have the Portal Shrine, the Freedom to Go Home. It does exactly what it states. It just simply opens a portal, and the portal is free for everyone to use, and you can go back and forth as many times as you want. Portal Shrines are a little bit weird because they're just random and they're all over the place. And usually when you open one up, like, is it really somewhere that you actually want to go? I don't know. Maybe, I guess, sort of ish. I mean, kind of. They're weird. I usually click on them whenever I see them, but they're weird. The next one is the Fireball Shrine. The Fireball Shrine is one that you definitely don't want to click on, especially if you're in hardcore, because it can kill you. The Fire Shrine will literally cause all nearby players, all nearby mercenaries, all nearby summons, all nearby monsters, everything nearby is reduced in HP to 1/2 of their current hit points if hit. It's massive. Like you lose so much HP, and you can literally like take out like a necromancer's entire army like that. I've literally seen it happen before. It's pretty nasty, especially in hardcore, because it can get you killed. Like you go into a battle, somebody clicks on the fire shrine, it literally takes your HP down to half, or maybe you already were at half and it takes your HP down to 25%, and then the monster just like bops you on the head and you die. It also can be used to troll the ever-loving crap out of your friends. Let me tell you what, it definitely works well to troll your friends. You're like, hey, come over here, take a look at this. And you click on it, and they're just like, ah, and they cry, and they yell at you, and, then they're not your friend anymore. We also have the Explosive Shrine. So the Explosive Shrine is a shrine that specifically spawns individual exploding potions. The exploding potions come out, basically it's about 5 to 10 exploding potions. And one tip that I'll give you about these is don't click on them to pick them up. Actually open up your inventory. And when you open up your inventory, what you want to do is click on each one and put them in your inventory, all 10 individually, because they will stack on top of each other, and then take them back to town and sell them, because you get pretty good gold for each individual potion. If you click on them on the ground and they all stack together into one stack, you'll only get one set of gold. If you click on each one and put them in your inventory early on in the game, you can get 10, obviously, stacks of the same amount of gold that you would for the one potion. So 10 times the value, essentially. And early on, when you're struggling for gold, it definitely can be helpful to get the extra poison or the extra gold. Also, you can just chuck the potions if you want to. They're actually kind of fun to chuck at low levels. Same thing for the Poison Shrine. The Poison Shrine is also the same exact thing, but with choking gas potions. And the same thing goes for those. You can pick them up and sell them individually. Next on the list is the Monster Shrine. The Monster Shrine is a very interesting one. It is a really cool one that honestly I wish I saw more often, because basically what it does is it takes the nearest monster, no matter what that monster is, and it immediately turns that monster into a unique or a champion. So it's basically a free unique or champion monster whenever you see the shrine. And whenever I see a monster shrine, I always click on it with absolute glee and murder whatever ensuing a monster pops out. I would imagine you could also strategically use this by bringing a specific type of monster over if you wanted to like make that particular monster, a champion or a unique. Basically, you what you do is you'd kill everything around it, and then you go find the monster that you want and kind of get them to chase you over to the monster shrine, and then click on it, and then of course you'd end up with the monster of your choice. The last on the list is the Gem Shrine. The Gem Shrine is the shrine that upgrades any gem by 1 tier. If you click on a gem shrine without a gem in your inventory, it will just drop you a random chipped at that. Maybe that's your goal. Maybe you want a chipped. Maybe you're a chippy guy. But if you want to upgrade a flawless, for instance, to a perfect, you need to have that flawless in your inventory, and it does not work if it is in your Herodric cube. So keep that in mind. All right, now we need to get to some of the nitty-gritty of shrines, and that is the fact that shrines are, in fact, curses. A lot of people don't realize this, that shrines are, in fact, curses, but they actually share the same mechanic as a curse. So when you get things like the Experience Shrine, the Stamina Shrine, the Skill Shrine, etc., and you have them over your head, this actually functions as a curse and can replace curses, as well as curses can replace this. Fade, the Assassin skill, also reduces the duration of shrines because it is also reducing the duration of curses. And because curses and these shrines are linked together, Fade does in fact reduce the duration of all shrines as well, which is a little bit of a downside of the Fade ability. I mean, shrines aren't that good that you have to worry about that kind of thing, but you know, when you're trying to utilize an experience point shrine and it lasts like 10 seconds, you know, it's a little sad. I also have some more nitty gritty numbers here, thanks to a post by Rest T on the Diablo2.net forums. And this is a post that goes over more or less the percent probabilities of shrines spawning. Let me see if I can bring this up on screen. That's a little small. All right, here we go. So basically what he did was he classified them into two different classes, which is the Class 4 and the Class 1 shrines. The Class 4 and Class 1 shrines are definitely different, and as you can see, the Portal Shrine, for instance, is very rare with a frequency of 0.67. The Gem Shrine is pretty rare at 4%. Now, the Enirhs Shrine that's written here is actually a deleted shrine that used to exist in Diablo 2. It was supposed to return, basically just flip your name around. Enirhs is just shrine backwards if you flip it around. So it was supposed to be kind of like a joke shrine. You clicked on it, it turned your name around backwards, and you were like, oh man, why is my name backwards? But because they removed it from the game, despite the fact that it still actually has the ability to spawn, it will spawn something else instead. And this means that it can literally spawn things like a gem shrine, a portal shrine, and so forth and so on. It's actually kind of interesting that this can occur. Also, you'll notice that there is a level minimum on the shrines. So we have things like refill shrines are level 1, armor shrines are level 5, and so forth and so on. We also have combat shrines at level 8. We have resist fire shrines at level 5, and so forth and so on. And you really won't see a lot of these shrines until later on in the game, specifically because they are higher level shrines. However, because this Enirhs shrine is a level 1 shrine and it cannot actually spawn, you will see other shrines get spawned in the place of this one, which is kind of interesting. And the level 1 shrines or the effect 1 shrines here are all kind of linked together. These are all the higher level shrines. I think that's pretty much it for shrines. There's really not a lot more to go over when it comes to shrines. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, and keep watching.